the ultimate Russian roulette. Imagine a room. Inside this room, a physicist sits in front of a trigger tied to a loaded gun. But this isn't an ordinary weapon. It is connected to a quantum machine that measures the spin of a single subatomic particle. If the particle spins clockwise, the gun fires a live round. If it spins counterclockwise, the gun just clicks and the physicist lives. The probability is exactly 50-50. A cosmic flip of a coin. The physicist pulls the trigger. Click. He lives. He pulls it again. Click. He lives again. He does this 100 times, 1,000 times. Every single time, the gun just clicks. To the physicist, he has achieved a statistical miracle. He is functionally immortal. But outside the room, the story is horrifyingly different. The physicist's assistant opens the door after the very first trigger pull, only to find their colleague dead on the floor. How can someone be both perfectly alive and undeniably dead? Welcome to the split-screen reality of the many worlds interpretation. Welcome to quantum suicide. The branching cosmos. To understand this paradox, we have to look at the fabric of the multiverse itself. In 1957, physicist Hugh Everett proposed a mind-shattering idea. The universe doesn't choose a single path. It chooses all of them. Every time a quantum event has multiple possible outcomes, reality splits. It branches like a cosmic tree. When the quantum gun is triggered, the universe instantly divides into two parallel worlds. In Universe A, the particle spins clockwise. The gun fires, and the physicist ceases to exist. In Universe B, the particle spins counterclockwise, the gun clicks, and the physicist survives. But here is the dark catch of quantum mechanics. Your consciousness cannot experience non-existence. You cannot look at your own dead body. Therefore, from the subjective internal point of view of the physicist, they can only ever experience the universe where the gun clicks. Even if the gun triggers 1,000,000 times, the physicist's mind will seamlessly and layout perfectly slide down the branching paths of reality where they survive. To the rest of the world, you are gone. But to yourself, you are trapped in a loop of eternal life. The Curse of Immortality. If the many worlds interpretation is correct, it leads us to a terrifying conclusion known as quantum immortality. It suggests that, in some way, you can never truly experience death. Think about your own life. Have you ever had a near miss? A car that missed you by a fraction of a second? An illness that you miraculously recovered from? A sudden urge to change your direction right before something dangerous happened? To your friends and family in this reality, you were just lucky. But according to quantum mechanics, there is another reality where that car did hit you. There is a universe where your family is mourning your loss right now. But because your consciousness cannot observe its own end, your mind instantly and flawlessly bypassed that tragedy, sliding into the only parallel timeline where you survived. But this isn't a superpower. It is a cosmic curse. Imagine growing older. Your body begins to fail, and the probability of your survival drops closer and closer to zero. Yet, as long as there is even a 0.0000001% chance of survival, no matter how artificial or painful, your consciousness is mathematically forced to experience that specific reality. You might find yourself trapped in an endlessly branching simulation, getting older and more detached, while the rest of the universe around you slowly fades away. You become a ghost traveling through a labyrinth of survival, forever isolated in your own subjective eternity. You are a prisoner of your own biology and the absolute laws of quantum computation. The observer's choice. Quantum suicide and quantum immortality are ultimate reminders of one fundamental truth. Our reality is not a passive playground. It is actively generated by the observer. According to the Copenhagen interpretation of physics, a subatomic particle doesn't exist in a single defined spot until it is looked at. It exists as a wave of infinite probabilities. It is your consciousness, your observation, that forces the universe to make a choice. It is your mind that clicks the code into reality. If the many worlds theory is true, you are not just a helpless passenger drifting through parallel timelines. You are the anchor. Your conscious mind is a biological computer, constantly selecting the path where existence continues. You are mathematically coded to survive, to experience, and to learn. Yes, there may be billions of universes where you failed, where you gave up, or where the cosmic roulette wheel spun against you. But you are not in those universes, you are here, in this exact timeline, reading this exact code, experiencing this exact life. The multiverse may be an infinite web of branching paths, but your consciousness is the thread that holds your story together. You are the ultimate survivor of a quantum lottery. You are the code that refuses to erase itself. Stay curious, stay a you, minds.